Well, there's much speculation as to when the next general election will be called. That decision rests with only one person, the Prime Minister. But last night we got a preview of just how fierce the competition is likely to be, especially when it comes to one seat in particular. Last night parliamentarians mused about leadership, the Bamboo Town race, and yes, the date to the next election. Janaea Noel was there for the exchange.
As the race heats up for the 2012 general election, Prime Minister Hubert Ingram gave a political preview of how he believes the playing field will be set. The FNM, the PLP, and the DNA are all set to contest the seat in Bamboo Town. Prime Minister Hubert Ingram noted that before his rise in politics, he too was just like the MP for Bamboo, Branville McCartney, who is now aspiring to become the nation's leader.
When I was younger here, I had hard mouth, but I could back it up. And I did back it up. I wasn't just arrogant and bigoty. I was able to back up what I said. I look Pill in the eye. Say, come down! Come on down! I was sitting in the back here. The entire PLP council sat there. I said, I'll take all of you on and beat you. And we did.
The Prime Minister added confidently that the FNM plans on winning Bamboo Town, and if he doesn't, he is sure that the PLP, under the leadership of his, quote, worthy opponent, Perry Christie, will be next in line. Even if the Boundaries Commission decides to eliminate or reshape this seat, Mr. Ingram says this is something he will not agree to.
If the committee came back and said to cut Bamboo Town out, I would not accept that, because I want him in Bamboo Town. I want to meet him in Bamboo Town. He is not going to carry my things anywhere. and if I can't get it, you will have it.
With speculation mounting on the exact date for the election, Prime Minister Hubert Ingram says there's no need for all the guesswork.
I don't want anybody taking any false information from either the PLP, the Punch, or anybody else about election time. The Bahamian people know I don't sneak things upon them. They know I'm never late. Never, ever late. I will do all things in a timely fashion, in an organized fashion, and they will know when it's time. So until you hear from me, just go and register to vote.
Janaea Noel, ZNS News.
General elections could soon reach fever pitch as the process to its unofficial or official start is underway. From strongly encouraging eligible voters to register to vote since last year, the government has now announced the 5 people who will sit on the Boundaries Commission. As we hear from Carla Palmer, this is a major step toward marking that X.
The structure of the Boundaries Commission is, in fact, written into the country's constitution, which calls for a 5-member panel. To be included are 2 members of the governing party, 1 member of the opposition, a judge, and the sitting Speaker of the House of Assembly as the chairperson. This means then that House Speaker Alvin Smith is chair, serving along with the Deputy Leader Brent Simonet, National Security Minister Tommy Tanquast, Opposition Member of Parliament for Cat Island, Rumpke and San Salvador, Brave Davis, and Justice Stephen Isaacs.
They will sit down and they will decide how they will approach the task that they have. Whether to leave the constituencies as they are or change the constituencies, the boundaries of constituencies, to add to the number of constituencies or to reduce the number of constituencies. That will come as a result of them coming together and meeting. They will make their recommendation.
As the parliamentary commissioner responsible for the overall process of voter registration and general elections leading up to, during and after, Errol Bethel is also a key contributor to the commission as a resource person. According to Bethel, the naming of the Boundaries Commission is crucial heading into a general election.
I don't know when the first meeting will be, but now that we officially know the makeup of the commission, I'm sure that they will meet soon. Once you have appointed the commission needs to meet. Yes, because the commission has a task to perform, and I think they will try to do it as expeditiously as they can.
In announcing the 5-member commission on Monday, the Prime Minister said that he hopes that the commission will issue their report to the Governor General by the end of the year, who will forward it to the Prime Minister.
They will make their recommendation They will send those recommendations to the Governor General. The Governor General will then pass this on to the Prime Minister, who will present it to Parliament. Once they would have made their report and it is approved by the Parliament, then what happens is that report has to be gazetted for public information.
If a decision has been made by the Boundaries Commission that no changes be made, the 41 constituencies currently on record will remain. Carla Palmer, ZNS News.
Well, the Bahamas Electricity Corporation striking a landmark agreement to produce electricity and potable water at the same time. The corporation signed a memorandum of understanding with Ocean Thermal Energy to develop 2 conversion plants here in the Bahamas. The 2 plants are expected to become the world's first commercially viable ocean thermal plants producing electricity and potable water, while also providing a site for commercial sustainable food production. Power produced by the plants will also purchase by B.E.C, which now serves 85% of all electricity customers here in the Bahamas. Now, the technology can also purify water for agricultural use and use cool seawater to meet refrigeration and district cooling needs. Residents of the Bahamas Association for Social Health sorting through thousands of dollars in damage after their campus was flooded after heavy rains recently. Today, LaDon Davis visited the compound and spoke to its director.
They've been living underwater literally for 5 days at their Chippenham site. You see, 2 weeks ago, a massive flood ripped through the facility, climbing 1 foot above ground level. When ZNS News visited the compound on Tuesday afternoon, we met what was left of a number of sandbags. A foul sewer sand was circulating rapidly in the air, and puddles of water were visible as a generator was being used to reduce the water level. Director of B.A.S.H, Terry Miller, attributes the flooding to a nearby housing project, which was once in a low-lying area but now has been built up.
They built this property, they built the facility in a low-lying area under the level of the normal level. And so when they discovered, when the rainy season came, they probably built it in the winter, because when the rainy season came, they realized that it was too low, so they built a wall around. And so we managed during the rainy season, because the water would come in and we'd pump the water out from around the wall. This time the water came above the wall.
There are at least 38 men residing and rehabilitating at B.A.S.H, and according to Miller, damage to the facility amounts to about $10,000. But just how did the flooding impact their daily operations?
We had to cut off the electricity, so our telephones were off because they go with the electricity. And refrigerators, freezers, stove, washers, dryers, that sort of thing was underwater for a while. Filing cabinets, etc. We had quite a bit of damage. Of course, we couldn't cook.
B.A.S.H is still facing a myriad of other issues, but Miller says all of the residents are coping and in good health.
We're warriors, you know. It comes, we deal with it. Whatever comes, we deal with it and we move on.
A number of government agencies, including the police, fire and water and sewerage, have sent out teams to assist B.A.S.H during this rather difficult time. While Bahamians are being encouraged to continue to support the organization, officials say they are still optimistic that the government will agree to spend $1 million on a brand new facility. LaDon Davis, ZNS News.